The story of Soichiro Honda. In a small village near the foot of Mount Fuji, in Hamamatsu, a boy was born in 1906 who would one day change the world of transportation forever. His name was Soichiro Honda. He was not born into wealth, privilege, or connections. He was born into poverty, into a family that struggled to make ends meet. Yet from this humble beginning rose one of the greatest automotive empires in history, Honda. This is the story of how a poor village boy built Honda through passion, failure, resilience, and relentless innovation. A childhood filled with grease and dreams. Soichiro Honda was the son of a blacksmith and bicycle repairman. His father, Gihei Honda, ran a small workshop where he repaired farming tools and fixed bicycles. The family lived simply, and money was always tight. Young Soichiro was not a star student. In fact, he struggled in school and was often distracted. But what he lacked in academic excellence, he made up for in curiosity and mechanical instinct. He loved the smell of oil, the sound of metal striking metal, and the sight of machines being repaired. He would spend hours watching his father work, fascinated by how broken things could be made whole again. At the age of 8, he saw his first automobile. It was rare in rural Japan at the time. The machine roared through the village, leaving behind a trail of dust. Most children were afraid of it. But Soichiro ran after it. He was mesmerized. That moment sparked a lifelong obsession with engines. He later said that he loved machines more than anything else. He wasn't interested in traditional success, he was interested in making things move. Leaving home with nothing. At 15 years old, Soichiro made a bold decision. He left home and traveled to Tokyo to find work in the automotive industry. He had no money, no education, and no powerful connections. He found work at an auto repair shop called Art Shokai. At first, he wasn't allowed to repair engines. He was assigned menial tasks, cleaning floors, babysitting the owner's child, and running errands. For many, this would have been humiliating. But Soichiro treated every task as a step toward learning. He watched carefully. He studied engines at night. He asked questions. He absorbed everything. After 6 years of hard work, he became a skilled mechanic. Eventually, he returned to Hamamatsu to open his own branch of Art Shokai. He began repairing cars and even started building racing cars. Racing became his laboratory. It taught him about performance, durability, and innovation. But his journey was far from smooth. Failure after failure. In the 1930s, Soichiro dreamed of manufacturing piston rings. He believed he could supply them to Toyota, which was becoming a major car producer. He invested everything he had into a small company to produce piston rings. But when he presented his product to Toyota, they rejected it. The quality was poor. His design didn't meet their standards. For many people, that would have been the end. He had lost his savings. He had failed publicly. Instead of quitting, he went back to school. Despite being embarrassed about his limited formal education, he enrolled in technical courses to learn metallurgy and engineering. He studied obsessively. He experimented day and night. After years of improvement, Toyota finally accepted his piston rings. Just when things seemed to improve, disaster struck. During World War II, his factory was bombed and destroyed. Later, an earthquake finished what the bombs had started. His business was reduced to rubble. Twice destroyed. Twice wiped out. Most people would have given up. Soichiro Honda did not, turning ruin into opportunity. After the war, Japan was in chaos. Roads were damaged. Gasoline was scarce. The economy was shattered. People needed cheap transportation. Soichiro saw opportunity where others saw ruin. He began attaching small surplus military engines to bicycles. These motorized bicycles were cheap, efficient, and perfect for post-war Japan. People loved them. In 1948, he officially founded the Honda Motor Company. He didn't do it alone. A key figure joined him, Takeo Fujisawa. Fujisawa handled business strategy and finance, while Honda focused on engineering and innovation. Their partnership became legendary, one handling the mind of business, the other the heart of invention. Together, they built a company from almost nothing. The motorcycle that changed the world. In 1958, Honda introduced the Super Cub. It was lightweight, reliable, fuel-efficient, and easy to ride, even for beginners. The Super Cub became a global phenomenon. It wasn't just a motorcycle, it was a symbol of affordable mobility. It empowered workers, students, and small business owners. By the 1960s, Honda had become the world's largest motorcycle manufacturer. The company didn't stop there. Entering the global stage. At a time when Japanese products were often seen as cheap and inferior in Western markets, Honda took a bold step. They entered the American market. In 1959, Honda opened its first U.S. subsidiary in Los Angeles. Many doubted them. The American market was dominated by large, powerful motorcycles. Honda introduced smaller bikes instead. Their marketing slogan, "You meet the nicest people on a Honda," changed public perception of motorcycles. They were no longer associated only with rebels, they were for everyone. Honda succeeded where others failed. Competing with giants. Honda didn't just want to build motorcycles. Soichiro had always dreamed of building cars. In the 1960s and 1970s, Honda entered the automobile industry, competing against giants like Ford Motor Company and General Motors. Many experts believed Honda was too small to survive. Then came the oil crisis of 1973. Fuel prices soared. Large American cars consumed too much gasoline. Honda introduced fuel-efficient vehicles like the Civic, equipped with innovative CVCC engine technology that met strict emission standards without expensive catalytic converters. Suddenly, Honda wasn't just competing, it was leading. Philosophy of failure. Soichiro Honda once said, "Success is 99% failure." He believed failure was essential. He encouraged his engineers to experiment boldly. If they failed, they learned. If they succeeded, they innovated. Unlike many corporate leaders, Honda valued creativity over hierarchy. He walked through factories, talked directly to workers, and listened to ideas from everyone. He never forgot his humble beginnings. A legacy beyond cars. Honda Motor Company expanded into power equipment, marine engines, robotics, and even aviation. One of its most ambitious achievements was the Honda Jet, proving that the spirit of innovation that began in a small village workshop could reach the skies. From a bicycle repair shop to a global corporation operating in dozens of countries, Honda became a symbol of perseverance. The character of a builder. What made Soichiro Honda different? He embraced failure. Factories destroyed. Start again. Rejected by Toyota. Learn and improve. He stayed curious. He never stopped experimenting, even as a successful executive. He valued partnership. Without Takeo Fujisawa's business acumen, Honda might never have scaled globally. He thought globally early. While many companies focused only on Japan, Honda looked to America and beyond. He stayed grounded. Despite global fame, he remained approachable and connected to engineers. From poverty to power, Soichiro Honda did not inherit wealth. He did not graduate from an elite university. He was not born into influence. He was a poor boy who loved machines. His story proves that poverty is not a permanent condition. It is a starting point. His life shows that failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of it. When he passed away in 1991, the world recognized him not just as a businessman but as a visionary who transformed mobility. Today, Honda remains one of the largest automobile and motorcycle manufacturers in the world. Millions of people drive its cars, ride its motorcycles, and use its engines every day. But behind every engine, every innovation, and every success story, there is still the spirit of a poor village boy chasing a noisy automobile down a dusty road in Hamamatsu. And that is how a poor boy built Honda.